Good morning.
Good morning.
Last Lord's Day, we looked at John. And he was that was the first thing that came to my mind about talking about when I told you about when we was at Bible study one night, we said that some things was happening to us that it made us angry and stuff like that, and I just wanted to try to just say something about it. Because the Bible said, be angry and sin not. Nothing wrong with being angry. It's the sin part. Now I'm going to tell you the second thing that came to my mind was Moses. Over in Numbers 20. In Numbers 20. I don't know why I'm going to put these helpers on. Well, y'all look fuzzy out there. Here's in Numbers 20. Now, one thing I learned about this thing about Moses is that Moses done led these children of Israel freedom from Egypt, led them through the wilderness, and out of all that Moses did, I found that these people were never satisfied. Never satisfied. My brother William did this, said the children always talking about give me. Give me. It ain't never enough. Give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. And the children of Israel, I mean, these some people here should have known better than anybody else. Because they seen the power of God firsthand. Those 10 plagues that God put on Egypt. But it didn't happen to the children of Israel. The flies, the frogs, the river turning into blood, fire raining down from the sky. And when he put that last plague on about the firstborn, they set the children free. Out of all the children, the children of Israel should have known better. But no, they found a way to murmur and complain and murmur and complain about things that they should have just said. They should have known that God was going to take care of them no matter what. But no. Brother Jackson Abbey, they gave Moses one of the worst headaches he ever had in his life. They made his job hard. Brother Jackson, we make it. Brother Jackson, we make your job. Yeah, all see you got no gray hairs up there yet. Now, hey, I cut mine off, but hey. But anyway, They made this man's job hard. They found something to complain about and murmur about on every hand. Have you ever walked through this the ocean, the Red Sea? Have you ever walked through there on dry land? With the children of Israel, they saw this. Water heaped on up on each side. They saw this. They also saw the Egyptians drown in the sea. They saw this. And yet still they did not believe God. They did not believe God. They found some of everything. We're gonna get the numbers in a few minutes. We're gonna get the numbers. I'm trying to just keep thinking about some of the things that Moses did and stuff like that when he brought them out of the land of Egypt. And yet still, out of all that he did, they got to Mount Sinai? Was it Mount Sinai? Where Aaron built the calf? You mean to tell me out of all you done saw that God did through Moses, you mean to tell me you gonna build a golden calf and say, this be the God that brought us out of the land of Egypt? How? If Moses had one white, I believe it was, because they done put it on Moses, boy. Not on the Moses, they Aaron too now. Out of all that was done, and you still gonna sit up there and do all these crazy things. This be the God that brought us up out of the land of Egypt. This calf just popped out of the fire. It can't walk, it can't talk, it can't breathe. Somebody got to carry it. But this your God. You denied the God of heaven for a piece of metal that was fashioned out of the fire. They gave Moses a headache, boy. And yet it's still, just like I said last week, I don't care how angry you get, it's still not a cause. Don't give you a cause not to do what God told you to do. I don't care who it is. Don't give you a cause now. Don't give you a right. God done gave you the right to be angry. Yeah, we human. We gonna get angry. But let your anger lead you to sin. In Numbers 20, the first verse. Then came the children of Israel even to the whole congregation into the desert of Zin in the first month, And the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people chose with Moses and spake, saying, would God that we had died when our brothers died before the Lord. And why have ye brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? And wherefore have ye made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us in unto this evil place? It is no place of seed, of figs, of vine, of pomegranate, neither is there any water to drink. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto them. Murmur and complain. Murmur and complain. Let it always want to go back to Egypt. On every hand. Let us go back to Egypt. Now you don't forget how the Egyptians treated you. It wasn't no beautiful thing in Egypt for the children of Israel, but every time that Moses did what God had told him to do, you want to go back to Egypt instead of trusting in God. You want to go back to Egypt? We want to go back to where we sat by the flesh pot and we ate to the full. We ate to the full, but you ain't talking about how they beat you behind, how they mistreated you, make you work sun up to sundown. How it wasn't no beautiful thing for the children of Israel in Egypt. Saying Moses done brought them out into this land for them to die. For their children to die, for their cattle to die. No place of seed. We can't grow nothing out here. Man, come on. God done showed you, man, God can do anything but fail. And yet still you cry and you murmur, you cry and you murmur. In verse number 7, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take the rod, and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give water, and it shall give forth its water, and thou shalt bring forth, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord, as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. What did God tell Moses to do? He told Moses that you speak to the rock. Now, I believe this thing might have been built up in Moses from I don't know how long. But let me tell you, Moses said, you rebels. Moses said, you rebels, how long? Shall we fetch you water out of this rock? Who was Moses talking about, though? Him and Aaron? You know what happened here? Moses in a time of anger. What had been, I don't know how, over 40 years into the wilderness, and these people done murmured and complained the whole way. And Moses done reached his boiling point. But now God done told you what to do. God told you to speak to this rock. He didn't tell you to speak to the people. He told you to gather the people unto the rock, and you speak to it. You see Moses when he got up there, he called them, you rebels. And Moses took that rod, and I could see Moses I believe Moses was so mad. Moses took that rod, and you could see him, bow! That one time wasn't good enough. Moses hit it again, bow! But you know what happened? Moses rebelled himself. Moses rebelled against God. You can't let anger cause you to do something that God ain't told you to do. He himself rebelled against God when he was calling the people rebels. Yeah, I believe Moses was mad. I'd be mad at him too, but he should have whooped that ass, not go against God. And Moses hit that rock. Moses took that step like he could bring water out that rock. And he hit that rock. Pow! No, that ain't good enough. I gotta hit it again. Pow! God still brought water from the rock, even though Moses disobeyed him. That let you know all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. All. Not y'all, all. All have sinned. Now we say we leave out Aaron in this situation because we say that when Moses disobeyed God, Moses didn't enter the promised land. Well, I'm going to tell you something. For me reading this here, Aaron didn't enter either. And you know why he didn't enter? Because God said, you rebel, y'all rebel, you and Aaron, y'all rebel against me at the, I've been trying to learn how to pronounce this, Meribah? You see that, Brother William? You can pronounce that, M-E-R-I? Meribah. He said, y'all, you rebelled against me at Meribah and Kadesh. Aaron and Moses. And you know what this thing caused? You know what it calls them? You know what this thing calls Aaron? It calls him his life. In Numbers 20 and 22, 22 through 29. Read that for my brother Wheaton.
And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, journeyed from Kadesh and came unto Mount Or. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in Mount Or by the coast of the land of Edom, saying, Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, for he shall not enter into the land which I have given unto the children of Israel, because you rebelled against my word.
Wait a minute. What is because saying? That's the reason why you're not going into the land, because you rebelled against the Lord at Meribah. Keep reading, Brother William.
You rebelled against my word at the waters of Meribah. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them up unto Mount Or, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, and shall die there.
He calls him his life. It cost him his life. This one time of anger. And when you go against God, like he did, there's consequences to pay for that. He said, because you didn't sanctify me before the children of Israel. You lost faith in God before the congregation. And it cost him his life. Keep reading, Brother William.
And Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up into the Mount Or in the sight of all the congregation. And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments and put them upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron died there in the top of the mount. And Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned for Aaron 30 days, even all the house of Israel.
But it was because of disobedience. Aaron didn't strike the rock. Moses struck the rock twice when God told him to speak to him. But Aaron and Moses, they together on this thing. God ain't put no separation like that between Aaron and Moses. When Moses struck that rock them 2 times, it was like Aaron was striking that rock too. You gonna be punished. So Aaron didn't enter the promised land either. Neither did Moses. In Deuteronomy 32. (48 through 52). And the Lord spake unto Moses that selfsame day, saying, Get thee up into the mount Abarim, unto Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, that is over against Jericho. And behold, the land of Canaan which I give unto the children of Israel for a possession, and die there in the mount, whither thou goest up, and be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother died in Mount Hor, and was gathered unto his people, because ye transgressed against me among the children of Israel at the water of Meribah, Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin, because ye sanctified me not in the midst of the children of Israel. Yet thou shalt see the land before thee, but thou shalt not go thither unto the land which I give the children of Israel. Moses died too. Because you failed to sanctify God. You lost faith in God when you got angry. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Moses didn't have no right to get angry. Yes, I believe he did. Because them people ran Moses crazy on every hand and wasn't paying attention to what our God had done for him. God could do everything but fail. And they should have known that better than anybody else. And yet and still, on every hand, you murmur and complain. You murmur and you complain. You murmur and you complain. And all you doing was nothing. One scripture, and I know I should have wrote it down. It say that Moses was telling the children of Israel that you're not complaining against me. You're complaining against God. You murmur and complain. You murmur and you complain. And God now showed you that he is the king of the universe by his mighty hand when he brought you up out of the land of Egypt. And yet and still, you act as though you haven't seen nothing. Brother William, we got a few more minutes. Help me out.
Well, the first thing that popped out in my mind when you read it was, with the same mouth that it was murmuring, why they just didn't ask God
Yes.
for some water.
Yeah.
And then the second thing that you went on was, okay, why y'all trying, you talking about planting seed and everything, why y'all trying to get comfortable? This is not the promise. You know, we got to keep it moving. You know, so that was the thing that jumped out at me.
They, I don't know. It seems like the more God showed them, the less they believe. I ain't never seen no fire come down from heaven and block away from them for a man not to get to me. I ain't never seen that. But he protected the children of Israel. Ain't never seen that in my life. And I ain't gonna never see it probably. But this is what God did for the children of Israel. And yet and still. Man. Brother Jackson. Help me out, Brother Jackson.
I'm just praying that's not us.
Yes.
Doing all the murmuring and complaining.
Yes.
Thankful, not satisfied, not grateful. I'm just praying that we don't fall into that same trap.
Every day above ground is a good day. And we gotta be thankful. I don't care how much I heard. And I heard. I ain't never had my thumb to hurt like it do. It's hard for me to grab a pencil now. But yet and still, God wake me up in the morning.
Amen.
And I still could walk and get around real good. Lord willing, doesn't happen, I'm going to be 67 years old here soon. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to complain? Oh, no. Oh no. Oh man, I'm happy. I'm happy. Brother KJ. Help me out, Brother KJ.
No, I just think it's important to follow God's instructions. Like Moses hit the rock and said, speaking to it. And then verse 52 basically is telling him, you count the little Jordan, you can't cross.
Mm-hmm.
You won't see the promise. So that reminds us that we can be punished and we'll know we're being punished. And we'll remember we could have done it right, but we chose to do it our own way.
There you go. There you go, KJ. All right, KJ. There you go. Brother Dan.
Thing caught my attention was it seemed as though Moses and Aaron, they didn't give God his glory.
Yeah.
He said, must we fetch the rock? Instead of God was one that was providing the water. Instead, they took God's glory. God's not going to share his glory with any man.
No.
So that's the mistake they made. That would caught my attention.
Brother Anthony Thomas.
So, well, I appreciate your lesson because I was going to be Aaron and Moses to tell you the truth. Some things have came up before me, and I was going to go out of line with it. And then you came and did this lesson this morning and put everything in perspective. That you can be angry but sin not.
Hey, God doesn't allow us to be angry.
I appreciate the lesson.
But he doesn't allow us to be angry. He said, be angry, sin not. So he allowing you because we are flesh and blood.
Yes.
But don't let that anger turn into sin. Don't let that happen. Then you sin it against God. Brother Jones.
Well, I appreciate your lesson, the parts that I caught, but I put it to today's terms. People they always complain about what they don't have, but never think about what they do have. And every time you turn around, they're always saying, I don't, and I ask them, well, what do you have? Did you wake up this morning? See, that's better than anything else that you need. Right there. So I just hope that the world start understanding all the blessings that they're receiving just by waking up in the morning.
What can you tell a man if he ain't got no feet but shoes?
Yeah.
Or if he ain't got no hands, what you gonna tell him about gloves? Man, we blessed, man. Because somebody always doing a little bit worse than you. And we gonna complain and murmur, but somebody doing worse than you doing better than somebody else. Brother James Thomas.
So much has been said, Brother Walker, we all get like that sometimes because when things don't go our way, we complain. What we have, we want more. What we don't have, we try to get it. And when God doesn't give it to us, we complain. We ask Him to give us this, but He see fit what we need. He always gives us what we need, not what we want. And we see how the children of Israel disobeyed. Moses and Aaron, how He told them to speak to the rock, and He hit the rock. But out of all of this, what God done, He still gave them water. Today He still gives us life, even when we complain.
Do not let anger cause you to sin against God. Be angry and sin not. This is my lesson.